In the sacred halls of Shaolin, tradition is everything, until a modern day. Martial arts prodigy begins rewriting the rules. In Chapter 3 to 5 of genius martial arts trainer Mujin's, unconventional methods clash with centuries of discipline. From shocking his fellow disciples with bold training choices, to winning a duel in seconds using techniques they've never seen before, this chapter pushes the limits of what's acceptable inside the temple. And as tensions rise, questions about Mujin's origins begin to take shape. Now, let's get into the full breakdown of this chapter. Chapter 3 of Genius Martial Arts Trainer opens with Mujin continuing his solitary training. He's once again choosing to break away from traditional Shaolin routines. Instead of following the prescribed group exercises, he opts for strength building and flexibility drills that are far more in line with modern athletic standards than monastic martial arts. His independence draws attention from the other disciples, who question his motives. When asked why he isn't following their program, Mujin confidently replies that his current training has already been approved by monk Haiyung. This leaves the others frustrated, especially since they see his techniques as foreign and unrecognizable. Still, Mujin warns them about their poor form, particularly highlighting the risk of knee injuries if they continue performing their movements improperly. The instructor, supervising the session, chooses to remain silent, allowing Mujin to continue. 2 hours later, the morning training ends, and Mujin heads to the mess hall. However, he's met with a rude awakening. Shaolin monks eat strictly vegetarian food. For someone used to high-protein meals and carefully calibrated nutrition, Mujin is shocked to find only vegetables, soup, and rice on the table. In disbelief, he blurts out his thoughts, claiming that he can't build muscle without proper protein. His loud complaints earn him disapproving glares from the other disciples. Some even begin to criticize him for being disrespectful. As the situation starts to escalate, hall leader Hyan Mun arrives. Surprisingly, instead of reprimanding Mujin, Hyan Mun calmly offers him more food and dismisses the incident as the behavior of a hungry child. Mujin realizes he might have gone too far and quickly apologizes. He asks politely if beans, tofu, or mushrooms could be added to his meals to meet his dietary needs. The monks take note, and Mujin starts adapting to the monastery's rhythm. Rest of the day proceeds with rigorous study of Shaolin scriptures, a tradition that contrasts sharply with Mujin's previous lifestyle. Despite the drastic change in environment and daily routine, Mujin commits to understanding Shaolin principles while maintaining his own training discipline. Elsewhere, a conversation between monk Hyung and hall leader Hyan Mun reveals deeper concerns. While Haiyung remains intrigued by Mujin's methods and mindset, Haiyung Mun is skeptical. To put things to the test, Haiyung proposes a public sparring match, Mujin versus Mugang, a rising star among the newest batch of disciples. The goal is to see if Mujin's modern techniques can truly stand up against traditional Shaolin martial arts in combat. The match is scheduled for a week later. During this time, Mujin doesn't just focus on training. He also begins introducing the concept of dynamic stretching to his peers, something unheard of in the temple. By explaining it in martial arts terms, emphasizing its role in injury, prevention, and performance enhancement, he slowly begins to earn the interest of even the most skeptical disciples. Meanwhile, Mugang refines his mastery of the chain punch, a technique that embodies the essence of Shaolin's speed and power. The build-up to the fight is intense, the other monks observing and quietly forming opinions about who might win. 7 days later, the courtyard is packed with spectators. The duel between Mujin and Mugang is about to begin. As the two face off, the air is thick with anticipation. Without hesitation, Mujin charges forward and catches Mugang off guard with an aggressive takedown. He seamlessly transitions into a grappling move, an armbar, that immobilizes Mugang and forces an immediate submission. The match is over in seconds. The crowd is stunned. Many can't believe what they just witnessed. Murmurs ripple through. The disciples, questioning the legitimacy of the outcome, Mugang protests that Mujin didn't use Shaolin techniques and demands a rematch. However, monk Haiyung steps in and declares Mujin the clear winner. He emphasizes that Mujin's approach avoided permanent injury, aligning with the true spirit of Shaolin, protecting life and minimizing harm. To reinforce the sanctity of traditional Shaolin techniques, Haiyung demonstrates the true power of the chain punch. In one explosive strike, he destroys a massive boulder in front of the entire temple. The feat leaves everyone speechless, reminding them that traditional martial arts still hold unmatched power when fully mastered. Visibly impressed raises an important philosophical question. He asks how such a destructive force fits into the Shaolin belief of non-violence. The entire hall falls silent, caught off guard by the logic of his observation. Later, in private, hall leader Haiyan Mun expresses both admiration and suspicion. Mujin's talent is undeniable, but his unconventional methods and modern knowledge raise concerns. Haijung begins to consider the possibility that Mujin may not be just a talented disciple, but potentially a spy from one of the Shaolin enemies, either the unorthodox alliance or the demonic cult. As the chapter ends, tension brews beneath the surface. Mujin's future at the temple remains uncertain. He has proven his strength, but in doing so, he's also made powerful people question who he really is and where his loyalties lie. If you enjoyed this recap and want more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.